But let's just take chemtrails, for example. And this is what I really wanted to get into that I think is a different take that a lot of people are not talking about. Just from a realistic, constitutional American standpoint, chemtrails are not lawful. And here's why. If you look at real estate law, now real estate law is one of the highest laws in the land because it's a constitutional right for an American to own property. And we are allowed to own the land in this country. When you own land, real estate law teaches that you own the land. And a lot of times people think you own the land, meaning the grass and the dirt and the house that's built on it. That's true. But what a lot of people don't know is you actually own all of the dirt underneath that land, going down to the core of the earth. You own all the mineral rights. You own everything that's encompassed in that land as far down as you can possibly go. But you also own everything in the airspace directly above your property, your lot, all the way up to the heavens. And they actually teach this in real estate school, in real estate law, that person owns their air rights. It's part of your property rights. So technically, planes aren't even allowed to fly in your airspace over your property if you don't want them to. Now, it would be a huge headache. Every person, every American would have to go to the government, go to the courts, and petition that planes are not allowed to fly over their property, and you'd have planes redirecting all over the country. So it doesn't really make sense to enforce something like that because they also fly thousands of feet above people's properties, which a lot of times you don't even see them. They're above, clouds, or if you do, they're very far away, and they can't really see you or what you got going on. But as far as like a privacy issue, yeah, it's illegal to fly things directly over people's property because you're invading their airspace, which is their rights. They own the air rights. So I think that's probably the approach that we would want to take with this as Americans, petitioning the government, saying that Americans own the land and the air rights because that's their private property, and they do not consent to these chemtrails. So you're going to have to not do them over all these properties. And if enough Americans got involved with this, eventually, they'd only be allowed to do chemtrails in a very small portion of the country where the land is owned by the government or privately owned. And that just wouldn't make sense because also those particles spread. So even if they end up in the airspace of a person on their private property, that would be an intrusion as well.